3.1 FM, Lekki, Lagos. 3.1 FM.
Global on Adami. Protesters defy police warnings, storm Ikeja to demonstrate against. In detail. Defying police warn in detail. Defying police warning. Morning.
Out of lawless below the poverty line, are out of lawless below the poverty line, are out of. Since the government of Tinubu came to office between 2023 and 2024, over 60,000 Nigerians have been killed and kidnapped. Nigerians have been killed and kidnapped. That.
Despite tight security, the protest remained non-violent. In the meantime, the federal government says it is taking concrete steps to address the recent wave of deadly attacks in Plateau State. National Security Advisor Nuhu Ribadu revealed this position recently during an operational visit to the state. He specifically reassured residents of Boko's local government area after suspected gunmen launched coordinated assaults on several communities in the area recently. Ribadu commended the swift response of security agencies in containing the situation and reiterated the government's commitment to securing the Aftadai communities in Boko's council area. The violence also left over 1,000 people displaced and more than 300 houses burnt. Nigeria, the UK government says a ban on producing new petrol and diesel cars will come into effect in 2030. Transport Secretary A.D. Alexander confirmed this recently, highlighting plans to help the British car industry by making the rules on manufacturers going all electric more flexible. She, however, noted that while the government is committed to the 2030 deadline, she would relax regulations to protect and create jobs. Nonetheless, there are suggestions by some analysts that the measures would not be enough to boost the industry, which now faces uncertainty after the U.S. announced tariffs on cars.
What we really need to see is, for example, an industrial strategy that really backs the industry, that encourages investment in electric vehicles and making batteries, and really helps in terms of training and skills, and also gets energy costs down, which are very high in the UK compared to the European Union and the United States.
Levy on cars imported to the US, which is a major export market for the UK motor industry. Meanwhile, the United States government has refused to back down on its sweeping tariff policy, vowing to press ahead with plans for reciprocal trade levies. President Donald Trump and his top advisors doubled down on this new policy despite mounting fears of a trade war and sharp declines in global stock markets.
I don't want anything to go down, but sometimes you have to take medicine to fix something. And we have such a horrible, we have been treated so badly by other countries because we had stupid leadership that allowed this to happen.
However, in a series of media appearances, some senior officials, including Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent, downplayed the recent market volatility, insisting that it was part of a broader adjustment process. According to him, there is in global trade. A lecturer at the Singapore Business School, Alex Capri, has called for caution among these countries inundated by these new tariffs.
But actually, even larger economies like Japan, South Korea, and even the entire EU to take a very measured, slow, cautious approach to avoid having sort of this spiraling kind of retaliatory tit-for-tat situation. So I think while they do that, and in fact even think about discussing, the lowering of tariffs at bypassing the U.S., right? Looking to develop alternative markets.
However, he said if the trade war escalates, the United States would have its services on the line of fire. Still in the U.S., in a health-related update, another child has died from measles following a growing outbreak of the highly contagious virus in western Texas. Health officials confirmed the new account after the school-aged but unvaccinated child died in hospital after suffering complications from the disease. Consequently, health officials have urged patients to ensure their children are vaccinated, stressing that the measles, mumps, rubella vaccine is safe and effective to prevent infection. This is the third measles-related death in recent weeks in the United States as the outbreak continues to spread rapidly across the southern region. Texas has reported more than 480 confirmed cases of measles this year. Still to come on Globefile, Asian markets tumble as Donald Trump's tariffs bite hard.
You can listen to Adami Mogo 93.1 FM from any part of the world. Download the Adami Mogo 931 FM app from Google Play Store and Radio Garden. And follow us on Adamo FM Newsroom via mail at newsroom@adamimogofm.com. Or you can dial 070-634-03583. You can dial 090-319-69629. Adami Mogo 93.1 FM Lagos. Voice of the Light.
You're still listening to Globefile on Adami Mogo 93.1 FM. In Japan, 3 persons have been reportedly killed after a medical helicopter crashed into the sea off the southwestern part of the country. Coast guards who confirmed the accident said a total of 6 passengers were on board before the crash. An 86-year-old patient, a 68-year-old family member, and a 34-year-old doctor were confirmed dead. 3 others were found holding on to the helicopter after the crash. Elsewhere, the United Nations Conference on Trade and Development, UNCTAD, has revealed that the artificial intelligence market could reach $4.8 trillion by 2033. UNCTAD, in its Technology and Innovation Report 2025, claimed this anticipated development could impact 40% of jobs worldwide. The report, which is a catalogue of policies countries should consider adopting to align AI development with their socio-economic needs, warned that while AI is transforming economies and creating opportunities, it could also lead to greater inequality. Talking business now, the ripple effect of President Donald Trump's aggressive tariff policies has sent stock markets across Asia crashing down. For instance, Japan's benchmark Nikkei 225 index plunged by 6.3%, while Hong Kong's Hang Seng index nosedived by 9.8%. Also, British banking giants HSBC and Standard Chartered, both listed in Hong Kong, saw significant drops in their share prices. An investment manager at Aubrey Capital, Anna MacDonald, fears for more volatility in the market.
Yes, I think there are lots of analysts now saying that if these tariffs persist, and they seem to be persisting, there seems to be no backing down, that this will be very poor for trade with America in particular. So the US economy has for so long been the engine of growth that if that starts to, if people start not buying products from the rest of the world, that is going to have a severe impact, and that US recession could then spread out more globally.
At the moment, the panic is not confined to Asia, as reports say US stock market futures are also sharply plummeting, a development that could suggest a potential sell-off when Wall Street opens. Talking sports, for the first time since 2019, North Korea has returned to host the Pyongyang International Marathon. The event reportedly brought together about 200 foreigners to the capital on Sunday. Recall that the event, which was traditionally held in April to mark the birthday of the country's founding leader, Kim Il-sung, was suspended during the COVID-19 pandemic. Launched in 1981, the Pyongyang Marathon is one of the few international events in North Korea that attracts foreign attention. In the NBA, Los Angeles Lakers' new boy, Luka Doncic, was the hero earlier as he helped his team get one over their rivals, the Oklahoma City Thunder. The Slovenian registered 7 rebounds and 6 assists to help the third-placed Lakers displace Thunder. The Lakers have now secured one of the 4 remaining automatic playoff spots. That's Globefile on Adami Mogo 93.1 FM Lagos. Here's a recap of the biggest stories. We brought it to you that members of the Take It Back movement today staged a peaceful protest in Lagos against the provisions of the Cybercrime Act and the threat of emergency rule in Rivers State. We also told you that UK Transport Secretary A.D. Alexander has confirmed that the ban on new petrol and diesel cars with renowned stocks have taken a plunge in the aftermath of President Donald Trump's aggressive tariff policies. That's Globefile, as produced by Fortune Omoshola. Join us at 2 o'clock for more stories on the briefing on Adami Mogo 93.1 FM Lagos. My name is Sam Olugbeminiyi. Thanks for listening. Good afternoon.